Okay, this time we will learn how to calculate CPI, how to calculate Consumer Price Index. So here we have two types of question. The first question, we give you a data that includes price. Okay, this is the price for 2010 and price for 2011. So 2011 is a new year, 2010 is an old year, so we assuming 2011 is our current year, 2010 is our base year. This is the price for all goods here. Okay, but the second question here is already gave you index. This 100, 102, 104, 80 and 112 here is not a price. It is not a price for rice, sugar, palm oil and wheat. It's not a price. This is index because it don't have any RM here. Okay, so this is index. But here for first question, it show you the price. So first you need to know what type of question you got. Okay, is the table include the price or the table include index? Okay, that's the first one. We will try to answer the first question. Okay, the second important thing, you need to remember all the formula. Okay, so we have a formula for current year price index, weighted consumer price index, inflation, real value of money, simple CPI, and also change in the value of money. Okay, so we go to our first question. Okay, suppose that the base year is 2010. Calculate the weighted price index for each commodity. Each commodity meaning we need to calculate for clothing, for transportation, education and also food. And which formula will be used? We will use the first one. Okay, it's asking for price index, so we will use the first one, but it's asking for weighted price index, meaning we need to multiply with the weightage for each commodity. Okay, so here question, write down the number of question first. Okay, so we will try to answer question A. Okay, remember for each commodity, so we start with clothing. Okay, how is it? 4 ringgit divide by 2 ringgit times 100. Okay, this is how we got current price index. But because the question asking for weighted, so we multiply with the weightage of clothing is 3. Okay, use calculator, then you will get 600 here. It's not RM. Okay, it's index, so leave it 600. Don't put any RM in front of 600. Okay, now we go to transportation. For transportation, 15 ringgit divide by 12 times 100 times the weightage here is 2. Okay, so use your calculator, it will give you 250. The second one. Next, education. 250 divided by 5 ringgit times 100, and the weightage is 4. So use your calculator, you will get 200 here. The last one is food. Remember, it's asking for each commodity here. Okay. So for food, it's 6 ringgit divided by 7 ringgit times 100 times 1. So we got 86. Okay, finish the first question A. Now we go to second question. Calculate the overall weighted consumer price index. That's for B, overall weighted price index. So which formula we use? We will use the second formula because it said weighted CPI, weighted price index for all items. Yeah, is views overall. Okay, divide by total weight. So for B, weighted consumer price index. Okay. For all items, meaning what we have done before, what we have calculated, we will add together here. Okay, for all items, so we put for clothing first, 600 plus transportation, 250 plus education, 200 plus food, 86. Okay, divide by total weight. Total weight here 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1, so we got altogether 10. Okay, 3 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1. So try to use your calculator, calculate. Altogether we got 1136 over 10. So 113.6. 113.6 is our CPI. Okay, that is the answer for B. Now we go for next question C. What is the rate of inflation or deflation in the year 2011? So we use the formula for inflation. CPI current year, meaning CPI for 2011. What we just get here. Subtract with a CPI previous year, meaning CPI for our base year. Remember, our base year, the CPI for base year is always 100. Okay, divide by CPI for previous year, meaning CPI for base year, times 100%. Okay, so we use this formula. Remember, in your answer sheet, answer paper, remember to write down your formula or deflation. Okay, so the formula is CPI previous, CPI current year, subtract with CPI previous. Remember, you need to remember the formula. Previous year times 100%. So CPI current year is here, what we already calculate before, 113.6 CPI previous year, meaning CPI for our base year is 100. Subtract. No, we divide with 100 times 100%. Okay. So, here we got how many? Use your calculator. We will have 13.6%. So, we got the positive value, meaning it's inflation. If we got negative value, then here we put deflation. Okay. Alright, that's for C. Next, for D. Calculate the change in the value of money for the year 2011. Okay. We go to D. Change in the value of money. So, change in the value of money, we use this formula. Okay. Base year index. Remember I said base year index, it will always 100. Then we divide with current price index. Subtract 1. Then all here we times with 100%. Okay. So once again, base year index is 100. CPI, the amount of CPI here, 113.6. So, 113.6 minus 1 times 100. Okay, this is the formula. Remember, if you don't have any scientific formula, what you need to do, you need to divide first. Divide 100 and 113.6. You got the value, then the answer you will subtract with 1. Okay? So, how is it? You will get here 0.88 minus 1 times 100%. Okay. So, you will get negative 0.12 times 100%. Then, negative 12% here. Okay. So, you know what happened to our value of money? Yes. Our value of money decrease. Okay, it's false. Okay. And the last question. What is the real value of RM 100 for this year? So, the last question. Real value of RM 100. So, we use this formula. Okay. Base year index divide by CPI multiply with RM given 100. Okay. So, base year index is 100. Okay. Next, our CPI is 113.6 times with 100. Okay. So, we got RM. Use your calculator. 88. Now, 100 already decreased the value to 88 ringgit. Okay. So, this is the answer. All the answer for this question. Okay. So that's all for calculation of consumer price index.